Alright guys, we're into our first game of the ESL Go4 EU Cup number 3. We're going to be bringing you the first game of the day. It's the round of 256. It's the morning for US, it's the evening for EU, and welcome all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this is the ESL Go4 Cup number 3. These teams are playing to get into the top 8. The way it works for the cup, we'll get you guys a quick TLDR on that, is that the top 8 teams from these previous 3 cups throughout the month are accruing points, or the teams as they play in the cups. The top 8 teams will be guaranteed to be in the end of the month cup, which is a $1,500 cup, whereas another 4 will be invited from the open ladder, excuse me. And then in addition to that, all of those teams are playing, like I said, for that $1,500, and obviously a lot of pride. It is a pretty big tournament in that respect, and it is also for a lot of these teams that didn't get the chance to get into ONOG or other, you know, not necessarily have the chances to win GoSu Gamers. This is a really big opportunity for them to really show off and put themselves out there on the map. So we'll be getting with the introductions real quick, guys, so we can actually get into the action itself. Miska is going to be picking up a Mercy on the defense. We have Nicola going to be picking up the Widowmaker. We have Ox on a McCree. Christopher going to be on Reinhardt. Chipsa on that Junkrat, and then that leaves Tzak on the Builder, known as Symmetra. Over here for the offense, we have Zombie Shark going to be picking up a Mercy. We have a Winnie Doe going to be picking up Duo, going to be picking up a Pharah. Pony Flu going to be picking up a Diva, it appears, and Kopu going to be on a Reinhardt, leaving Michael and Zeltra to be picking up DPS, a Hanzo and Soldier respectively. We're going to go ahead and follow out the Soldier, guys, but we'll be going to overhead in just a second, as this action should get pretty exciting pretty quickly. Dorado tends to ramp up decently quick, because of course there is the major choke point here that both teams want to fight at. Mainly the offense wants to try to stall it up. Oh, great Symmetra Orb spam there, and if they would have been paying attention and team shotting there, that would have been a great opportunity to blow up that mine, but it is hard to know when exactly to do that, of course, because you can't always see everything, right? Like, that's the part of the game that makes the two sides. Both teams have limited information and can't see the entirety of the map. So here we go. Speaking of limited information, there's the flank, but the turret's doing a good job calling it out for them. Ox going to go over there and clean it up. Double kill for him. Cleans up both of the flanking DPS, and that's going to be the beginning of the end of that push. And we'll go ahead. Oh, and this will be stopwatch, guys. We'll go ahead. I need to get that pulled up for you, so we'll be leaving it right here like this for just a second while I type in the proper thing to get live split up and running, so we can have a stopwatch for you guys going into the second round. We want the offense to go ahead and get something going here, make the game more exciting. We'll switch over to the Pharah. I do like this angle she's poking at. I would like to see her go maybe around Secret, but we'll see how it goes. Offensive Reinhardt is in the middle of the fight. Michael is going to go ahead and pick up Ox, but Christopher with a double there, critically. Picking up 2 important heroes, mainly that Reinhardt. No shield now. They are going to go ahead and resurrect him, so he's back up with that. We're switching over to Chipsa. He's going to rip out a tire, guys. Will it do a lot? We're about to find out. Looks like it is just going to go ahead and take out the tank. Meanwhile, Tzak, though, gets a double kill. Going absolutely off. We're going to switch over to him. He has that teleporter up and available. 1 charge already used, so they have used a little bit of it, but for the most part, they haven't really used it at all. So, looks like everything is... We'll go ahead and get that fixed up, so it is showing up in a second, guys, before the next map. But offense going to be kind of stuck here again on this choke point. This is one of the hardest choke points in the game to really break out of. That being said, I would really, again, when offenses get stalled up here, the better teams, you always see flanks, and there we go. Hanzo going to be going over there to Secret, trying to get some different angles going, maybe even pick off. In fact, we're going to switch to him. This action over here, obviously intense, but this pick is critical. No, he goes down, and so he ends up dying to the Widowmaker as he's going around Secret. That's going to be the end of their flank, which means they don't have that. And now the Earth Shatter, you can see it hit on 2, hit on 3, and they're going to be just cleaning this up right now. Christopher with a triple kill, and if you are a fan of GLB, they are showing off right now. Christopher himself getting a double kill, now a triple kill. We should switch over to Ox. Ox is actually just going to go ahead and pick up Winnie, and that's going to be another kill, stalling up the offense even longer, as I don't know why this is not showing up. Figured that out in a second. Ox actually going to take quite a bit of damage from those sights. How big are they from Zelta? That's an important question. He's really just focusing into that barrier, and that's perfectly fine. And then, oh no, ends up taking out the Zenyatta too. We didn't point that out, but they did go ahead and switch to a Zenyatta, changing it up. But this murder hole is just absolutely disgusting to stand in. And the Hanzo is waiting for his opportunity, waiting for his team to be in position. He needs them to be... oh no! Niccolo going to be able to take out the Hanzo while he's flanking. Not sure if he had sights available during that. He did, it looks like. It's about over. So a 15-second duration had to have been available during that. Nicola going to be looking for that kill onto the D.Va pilot. But D.Va not going to be able to do much. Does end up going down. So now GLB going to be looking to effectuate a full hold here. Christopher picking up another kill. Oh, there comes the Wolf. Will it do enough? We're going to stay on the Widowmaker, but no, Wolf only really getting one kill, and that is an important pickoff right there, and that was actually at the end of the Rocket Barrage, in the sense of the ultimate charge. So now there's only 12% left on the Pharah. That's going to be a D.Va ult. I don't think it's going to do too much. No, it just ends up actually killing herself. Unfortunately, D.Va getting killed by it herself. And this is looking to be a pretty stalled up offense. Again, I would like to see a flank, but maybe switch it to a Genji. Hanzo is good and all on the flanks, but if you're going to be going for a peak battle against a Widowmaker, you got to be winning it. And now, Tyre looking to go huge. Chips picking up both of the Pharahs, and I just don't know about that choice. I don't know. We'll see how it ends up going for the offense. They need it. I think they would really benefit from doing a Genji here in this situation. I really feel like Genji is one of those heroes that helps you open up Dorado a lot, especially when you like to play an aggressive style like they seem to, where they like to rush into this murder hole. Now, that's not always a bad decision. Of course, yeah, you're running into a choke point, but if you can break through like this, that's how it starts. Charge in, gonna get Christopher out of position, but they need to be able to get through this Junkrat spam, and those 3 sentry turrets doing so much that Earth Shatter to follow it up, and with Christopher's double, Chipsa is picking up one as well as Nicola. That is going to be that. So we'll go ahead and figure out, guys, why live split. There we go. It is showing up. All right, we'll go ahead and edit it out. Of course, we won't need it for this one, of course, as this was a full hold. Being a stopwatch format, the way it works is that as long as the side of GLB breaks the first point, then we will be awarding GLB a point, and since it is a best of 1, it will be their map, and we'll go all on from there. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, we'll be moving on to the second iteration of Dorado here with GLB versus the Salty 6. Again, this is the ESL Go4 Cup number 3. These teams are playing, again, for a chance at entering a tournament of $1,500 at the end of the month, which is coming up here soon. And then, of course, the $150 prize. Top 100 teams in this specific cup will get awarded points, but at this point, it's towards the end of the month, and honestly, unless you're sitting towards the top, it's not going to matter as much. If you want more information on that, there's 2 things that you guys can do. One is type !bracket or ! standings in the chat. That will give you bracket or standings depending on which one you want. Standings, just scroll down to go ahead and see how that goes down. I'll also give you information, as well as follow either me on Twitter or ESL Overwatch at ESL Overwatch. I tend to tweet about the stuff that's going on with it since I'm doing quite a bit of community casting for them, but the primary source is, of course, them. And then the website itself is another avenue. So that's where you guys can get more information there. Of course, this is a round of 256. We'll be going for a while. I go until the other mainstream ESL _Overwatch is streaming. So, again, we'll be going for quite a while. But yeah, so like the biggest thing about that offense that I don't like is that, yeah, Hanzo was coming and peeking over here, but Nicola was doing a really good job, and I need to switch the titles real quick. Doing a really good job. As you can see, you can kind of still peek it as Widowmaker against that. However, if you're playing a Genji specifically, you have some more tools at your disposal, right? Because what you can do is you can come over this wall and you can start deflecting. And then you can get you can straight dash across onto the Widowmaker and just get onto her, or alternatively, you can flank up through here and come up around the back like that. So I'd like to see a Genji in that instance. Winston is another option, of course, because what you can do with Winston is from this health pack, I believe if you aim it properly from this angle, and you aim it like this, you can actually leap and actually get right here, maybe. But you can definitely at least get down there and create some space. So there are other ways to do it. Again, Hanzo isn't a bad choice. You just have to be able to land that arrow, and Nicola just had his number. He was preempting it very well. Paying attention, it was just very well. I gotta give Nicola props. That's I mean, but that's how you play Widowmaker at the top level. You have to be predictive. People are after you. You are a threat, and if you are not predictive with your positioning and your play, then ultimately you're gonna get picked off, and that's just how it goes with the Widowmaker. That's the double-edged sword that is Widowmaker. You either get a kill and you succeed for your team, or you don't get anything and it really doesn't help. So Ox is actually going to end up taking out Michael, and that's not good. We're going to go ahead and switch over to him as he's in the background doing a lot. Like I said, look, he came in through that secret, and now he's just doing so much damage. Going to probably prop down a barrier. Doesn't have one. A few seconds off. Going to help clean up these annoying sentry turrets, and then just continue the pressure. Is again, Winston's Tesla does go through barriers, so he is kind of a pseudo counter to other tanks in that respect. Going to be leaping in. That's the Winston. We're going to be going to full screen here, guys, give you a better view of what's going on, and that's just going to be the offense getting, or defense getting absolutely cleaned up. Oh no. And that's not good. That's going to be GG. Guys, GLB Esports going to be taking it again. If you were unsure, this is not a rigged tournament or anything of that nature. If you guys are new to competitive Overwatch, it uses stopwatch formula. The theory is that at the end of the day, guys, the better team should be the team that wins, right? That's the point of competition. We're here to decide the best team. So a format that makes it so that the best team is decided is very important. So stopwatch prioritizes the idea that with the team that scores fastest on the offense is the better team, because not only are you given the opportunity to defend and stall for a longer period of time, but you are also given the opportunity to push and push in a better time. And then but it is, again, it's based off of the offense timings. So that being said, again, guys, congratulations, GLB Esports. They'll be moving to the round of 128. We're going to go ahead and follow. If anyone has any preferences, we're going to go ahead and quickly follow Nicola for now, as I go ahead and figure out and update the bracket really quick and see where we're at with the bracket. I should be following other team, but they might have another caster following them, so I might just stay with GLB. To be honest, we'll see how it ends up going. If you guys have any preferences in the chat, let me know. I can try to figure it out. Ilsku, it might be you. I'm at 720p 40 FPS. I tried to drop the P's and up the FPS for you guys, as Chips are going to be getting the triple kill. This is how you play Genji, just so aggressive, and this is what I meant. Like, I don't know, Genji is one of those heroes that you can really just control the tempo of a game and dominate, but it looks like GLB will be going ahead and pushing to the end. But yeah, I went ahead and dropped the P's and added the FPS for you guys, so the game is a little bit easier to see, cleaner to see. What I've heard and what I've gotten feedback from is that the lower the FPS on Overwatch, there's just too many frames, too many colors and such, and it ends up getting very visually cluttery, so I've switched to more FPS, so it's more frames for you guys. Nicola going to be going over to the right with that Deadeye, just cleaning it up, and it's just a slow push to the end, guys. We'll go ahead and get you a play of the game. But again, there's one of three options for us on this stream. We're going to be either staying with GLB Esports, we're going to be going over to other team, and then eventually towards the end of the bracket, we are going to be going to last week's champions, Overwatch Kings, and we're going to be following them for a fair number of games, of course. We will, from that point, be bouncing around, guys. I will be casting for most of today. We'll go ahead and give this play the game the respect it deserves. No aim, no brain, must be a Winston main, right? He's just pressing left click. I mean, you don't have to do anything as Winston. You don't care now. Winston's one of those heroes that honestly, it's like, you have to have a very good perception of the map, and you have to know when and where to go in. If you don't know, then you awkwardly die. It's just not good, etc. But that being said, guys, again, so I'll be doing more casting throughout the day, and we'll be going until ESL Overwatch kicks us out, because they want the viewers for their mainstream, and that's completely understandable. They're the ones hosting it, blah blah blah. I'm here community casting for them, covering extra games. I'll be kicking it to the waiting screen and some music. Again, guys, follow at ESL Overwatch. It's on the waiting screen. Follow and go to the website, type in !point bracket or standings for more information. We'll be moving into the round of 128. And again, I am RaptorZOW on Twitter. You can follow me there. You can Google search or YouTube search StratWatch. It is an analysis series I do that I'm looking to grow and continue. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Again, this is the ESL EU Overwatch Go4 Cup number 3, and we'll be getting you guys the next game of action as soon as possible. Again, it'll be either GLB Esports, it'll be other team, or it'll be Overwatch Kings and the opponent of that team. Until then, guys, some music, and we'll be getting you that action.